What's up, guys? Time for a very hot, sticky Weekly Weird News.
Yeah, we're all getting slowly older, weaker, and closer to death.
Yeah.
And nowadays, even the people fortunate enough to have raised children can't actually place a whole lot of trust in those ingrateful kids returning the favor later on when we're the ones whose butts need wiping. They'll probably just throw us in some home to rot away and forget who we even are, surrounded by strangers who don't give a damn about us beyond what the law mandates. It's pretty fucking grim, but hey, here's some inspiring news out of Germany. 2 elderly German men said enough is enough, so they escaped the confines of their nursing home and they headed straight to a nearby outdoor heavy metal festival where they could feel young again and headbang and take body shots off chicks, probably. At least for a few short hours before their handlers tracked them down and threw them back in the hole.
That must have been very, very sad for them. But I'm having such a good time. Dawkins playing. News of the 2 elderly German metalheads made headlines around the world last week, and it all seemed destined to inspire at least one mediocre movie starring probably Robert De Niro and Morgan Freeman. Not Robert Redford, though. He's retiring. Again. But it turns out this whole thing was bullshit. It was just yet another example of how fake news can happen organically due to things like language barriers and a limited amount of information. Turns out what actually happened is that 2 men, aged 58 and 59, not elderly at all, escaped from a care home that they both live in due to mental health issues and headed to the town of Wacken, where the Wacken Open Air Festival is held, though they didn't actually go to the festival itself, and instead they just walked around and got drunk, which is pretty metal in and of itself.
Yeah, I'm sure they could hear it off in the distance.
When I first saw this, I was like, that's hilarious. Like, at least they had enough common sense to like be able to, and money to be able to buy the tickets and go through security and everything like that. But this makes a lot more sense that they didn't go to the festival. What do you mean this costs 400 euros? Jeez, Jesus Christ, I saw the Stones 30 years ago for 15 bucks.
Yeah, that would be a pretty rude awakening.
Yeah. Also, time is like completely fucked in my brain because 30 years ago was the 80s.
Yeah, I mean, you can still see the Stones.
I know, at
cheaper
any
than
decade,
now.
but still.
Yeah.
Anyways, these 2 guys, they planned on catching the bus back to their care home, but they missed the last bus, and they were found by police at the bus stop and then taken to the nearest medical facility, which in this case was a medical tent at the metal festival. It's the perfect way to sneak in. Hurt yourself outside of the festival.
And a cool crime.
Ow, my knees! What's wrong? Ow, they hurt.
I'm just old. Where's the nearest medical professional?
Oh, you mean it's right there?
Preferably with in a tent.
Yeah.
Nice airflow.
With a good line of sight to the main stage. Cradle of Filth is going to be going on at 5:30, and I don't want to miss it. Anyways, they were taken home in a taxi.
Yeah, so the whole misunderstanding seemingly arose from the original police report, which described the men as elderly. It's a bit ageist.
Yeah.
It said that they had come from a retirement home, not a mental health place, and said that they, quote, obviously liked the metal festival.
It was pretty good. I like the music these days.
So, I mean, it was not too far off from the truth, but still enough to radically alter how the story was reported. Anyway, hopefully those dudes still had a nice time getting away from their day-to-day lives at the mental institution. I mean, those places can be even more depressing than retirement homes.
Depends on what your illness is. Could be a blast.
Yeah. If your illness is drugs and you're rich, it's a great way to kill a few weeks. But I don't think that's how it was in this case. But yeah, people with mental health problems, they deserve to have as much fun as anyone else.
Yeah.
But speaking of older people, but not quite so old, let's move on to our next topic. The fact that you can rent a wise middle-aged man off the internet to hang out with you and give you sagely advice in Japan.
I was just going to say, is this Japan?
Yeah, because of course, this is a thing.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be?
I like it. I like how I think it's cool that they went for the craziest shit first. Like someone that'll take the rap for you at work when you fuck up, or like if you need a father figure or a mother figure, you rent people like that. And now they're doing like the cool stuff where it's like, hey man, you want advice and just someone to hang out with who has a little bit more worldly experience than you?
Yeah.
Well, sure.
Yeah,
Oh, cool. Yeah, we got that.
It's nice.
Yeah. Anyways, we've previously obviously talked about the fact that in Japan you can basically rent other people for all sorts of things, like pretending to be your spouse, your parents, even yourself. So the idea of ordering a middle-aged man off the internet, really not that wild for Japan. But unlike that business where you hire actors to basically deceive people for you, this one is essentially renting a friendly uncle. So hopefully someone that doesn't touch you or anything weird.
They have a no touching policy.
Okay, good. Anyways, yeah, you get like a friendly uncle person, you meet up with them for lunch or coffee, and you complain about all the shit you're too embarrassed to talk about with your real friends or actual relatives. And then they give you friendly advice, free of judgment, or in some cases, just help you with shit like manual labor that your young dumbass never taught yourself how to do. Like, I don't know, change a light fixture or something like that.
There's a lot of things where I have to like consult my dad, because people our age in general just don't know shit about like how cars work. Yeah, you know.
When the light goes out in your house, you just buy a new house.
Well, fuck, yeah.
Millennials, they're the richest generation.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm lucky enough to have a dad I can reach out to for those things. Some people don't. So this is very nice for them.
Well, I'm sure a lot of these people do have dads, but they're still working themselves to death in office buildings at 70 years old.
They're doing the whole salary man thing.
Yeah. Oh, to be honest though, this sounds a bit kind of like just a psychologist that is hanging out with you in person outside of an office.
Yeah, kind of. I mean.
So tell me your problems. Oh yeah, my girlfriend this, girlfriend that. Work sucks, and it's like, okay, well, why do you think it sucks?
See, the thing is, though, psychologists have degrees, and they
this
cost
is even better.
money.
This is even better.
This is dirt cheap. These guys are like $10 an hour.
You can't get real world knowledge from a book, Elliot. We all know, all us tough, hard-working, salt of the earth Americans know that. You bookworm.
I got my PhD from the School of Life.
I went to the School of
the
Hard
University
Knocks.
of Life.
Yeah.
So the idea for this whole thing came to 50-year-old Takanobu Nishimoto when he started noticing that Japanese society seems to be losing respect for middle-aged men, or Osan, as they're called there. As a way to regain the honor of the Osan, he founded Osan Rental Service to give eager middle-aged men something fulfilling to do.
Eager? That makes it sound so creepy for some reason.
Nothing sexual.
I just really want some busy work.
They just want to feel needed.
That's true.
It gives gives the old guy something to do. It provides a service to younger people in need.
Yeah.
Win-win. He's not just the founder, though. He's also one of the roughly 80 uncles across Japan who are available for hire. When he started the company, he predicted that the majority of his clientele would probably be gentle, obedient Japanese boys.
Why do they keep using descriptive words that make it sound creepier than it needs to be?
That's just your American mind coloring things.
Desperate, obedient boys.
Anyway, yeah, he thought it would be, Japanese boys who were in need of advice from an older, more experienced man.
But this reads as if we're reading some kind of like weird hentai.
Everything's hentai, Ricky. We watched.
When everything's hentai, nothing's hentai.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So he thought it would be mostly boys, but he soon found that the service was actually much more appealing to young women, who make up 80% of his clients.
Oh, well, that's something.
Mm-hmm.
Osan Rental Service allows meetings between clients and uncles to occur only in person, with no phone calls or online chats beforehand, aside from just setting up the meeting and explaining why you're using the service. So a blind date with an uncle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blind uncle dates.
And that side of things is pretty open-ended. Uncles list their various skills and notable life experience on their profile. One Osan for hire, Ken Sasaki, works in IT and plays the violin. A lot of his meetings involve giving career advice to younger IT workers or just playing the violin. Let me hear that violin. Come on, Ken.
Whip it out. Come on.
Oh, which one? Because this is a creepy service.
Yeah. Well, we're making it creepy.
No, they're making it creepy with the descriptions.
Nothing sexual.
It's just that we're such a suppressed society that...
we're the ones who are suppressed.
Yeah. Puritanical Americans can't even think about desperate, obedient boys without making it weird.
And...
what's wrong with you people? Sorry. We had a bit of a thing happen here with Catholic priests. You might have read about it in the news.
That's true.
A lot of boys not trusting people of authority, especially when they ask them to be obedient.
Yeah, I mean, there's precedent for it. It's not out of nowhere.
Anyways, this guy Ken, though, not a sexual deviant. He's also available as a chess partner. We have those for free in America.
Yeah, you just go to the park.
Just go to the park.
Yeah.
Everyone loves chess. Anyways, one time he was hired to show up at a teenage girl's birthday. What? It's me. Was he dressed up? Okay, he was hired to show up at a teenage girl's birthday party for 5 minutes and play the violin while wearing a mask as her favorite K-pop star. That must have been horrifying. A mask of another human?
5 minutes of work? I mean...
not for him. No, it wouldn't be horrifying for him. It'd be horrifying for her.
She loved it.
Who is this latex-ridden, middle-aged man playing the violin?
The girl was apparently cheering the whole time. It was a treat.
I don't like this at all. Anyways, another time he was hired to accompany a woman in her 50s to a dance recital because she didn't have any actual friends to show up and cheer her on in the audience. So that's cute.
Yeah.
Did they
So
get
it's
married
like,
after that?
loneliness, or you need a a birthday entertainer last minute.
See, if you just would have told me the basics of the service right at the beginning, I was like, yeah, this sounds great. The deeper we dive into it, it's society making this creepy.
the way he describes his company that he founded, it seems to be only one interpretation of how to use this service.
It seems like a bunch of sexual dog whistles.
Yeah.
Hey,
maybe.
The service totally isn't about that, but we also have female clients too, and they really like the service. I mean, we'll wear a mask of your favorite K-pop star. We have no limits here at Osan Rental Company.
Just come up with your safe word. We're there in under 5 minutes.
Oh, anyway.
So yeah, the purposes of renting an Osan can be pretty much anything actually, but again, get your mind out of the gutter, you little perv, because Osan Rental Service has a strict no touching policy.
Oh yeah.
One of the experts.
No touching the asshole. That's the fine print.
You know, that's very popular among Japanese boys. They do this and then they come up behind their friends. No, it's a thing.
You'll let us know in the comments, I'm sure.
It's a thing, and there's a word they shout when they do it.
No touching lips, that's the rule. No touching lips, because then it's too passionate.
I don't know. He says no touching. I don't know what that means in the context of Japanese culture.
Another thing lost in translation.
Yeah, so anyway, one of the experts of Asian culture that CNN reached out to for this story, Sabina Frühstück of
I thought you were going to say Scarlett Johansson.
No. Sabina Frühstück of UC Santa Barbara. She doesn't really buy the whole no touching thing, though. She says, some men are featured as new products. Each is described with bodily measurements, date of birth, and what they offer. Mostly conversation, drinking together, etc. All this indicates to me that this is likely a casual dating site without saying so. If so, that would simply be yet another variation of a range of such services in Japan that include hostess clubs, host clubs, and similar businesses that provide conversation, flirtation, and possibly romance and sex. Perhaps there are really people who rent middle-aged men just for consultations and lifting boxes. Who knows? I bet most people would find it creepy to email a random guy on some website to come help them.
Oh, so you're saying I was exactly right about the entire thing?
According to this white lady up in Santa Barbara. She's an expert, but does she really know?
Listen, I'm interjecting way too much in the story. It's because I had no idea about it, and it is fucking hilarious to me. Also, with it being buttoned up with someone else who's an Asian expert saying the exact same shit, I feel justified. So
maybe you're an Asian. I think you're officially an Asian expert now.
I mean, hell, I could work for CNN based on this.
We can't call it idiots watching anime anymore. You have to call
it's true.
Experts watching anime.
One expert and one idiot. Wait, this show's hentai. You're right, it is. Food Wars is hentai.
As an expert, correct.
Yeah.
Food Wars is hentai.
It's hentai. That video will go up soon, I swear to God.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is Japan we're talking about here, though. One of the most socially repressed societies on Earth, aside from the way America's going. It's easy to see how treating the idea of casual acquaintanceship as something transactional, where you find a person online and pay them a small fee, could be preferable to having to actually seek out these kinds of relationships organically. It's pretty damn strange, but if it helps people and neither party has shady intentions, no harm, no foul, this is fine.
Yeah.
It's not like it's easy to make friends as an adult here in the States, even when you're just looking to meet people your own age. You have to go out to places and do things.
Hey, so can I get your number, bro? No, I'm not gay. No, I mean like just to hang out.
Just for friend stuff.
That's weird.
Yeah.
What if we just never talked ever again?
Bingo. Befriending someone a few decades older or younger than you is even more rare. If something like Osan Rental Service can help younger people open up and get good life advice, and gives older dudes a reason to feel needed in a society that's left them behind in a lot of ways, what's the real problem here?
Other than the implication of some
sex.
sexual shit.
Yeah. I feel like it's like there's like a peak and valley, like the ease of meeting and retaining friends, very, very easy. And then when you get to 25 to probably like 45 or 50, it's like you're too busy anyway. You're either raising kids, you're getting married.
So people do shit like meetup.com or whatever.
Yeah. I'm saying in general too. There's lots of people who choose the single lifestyle. That's fine. But then you get up towards 50, your kids are starting to be grown. You're on your second marriage. It's time to go down and join the local adult men's softball.
The daddy dating service.
Not that. No, just softball or bowling.
Golf.
Finding a hobby you used to like, and then finding like-minded people who aren't into it for the sex.
Of all ages.
I just love bowling.
I'll bowl with young folks, old
Wait, you're telling
folks.
me you guys just bowl and you don't go back and have a wild orgy afterwards? Weird.
Nothing sexual.
LA's weird. Back in Nebraska, you gotta do the thing after.
Okay, well, Let's move on now to talk about the hottest new trend among marijuana enthusiasts. You've heard of dabbing, you've heard of vaping. Well, get with the program, potheads, because the cool new thing for stoners to do is pick up trash. Oh, you smoke weed? Do you even separate your recyclables, bro? So, okay, yeah, this sounds like some sort of weak-ass attempt at propaganda from like the DARE program or something, but it's actually a real trend that's arisen recently on Reddit's marijuana subreddit r/trees. We'll get to that in a second, but side note, Reddit stoners staked out r/trees long before the Reddit users who are actually interested in trees could get to it, so the actual tree lovers all congregated r/marijuana enthusiasts.
I think that was
one of those Reddit switcheroos things.
It was also one of those things where they did it for like, I think this is one of those where they did it as a April Fool's switch joke kind of thing, and then it just stuck. Like Bikini Bottom Twitter is another good example.
Maybe, I don't know.
Anyway, earlier this week on the r/tree subreddit, the user PRV_psychonaut posted a picture of him holding a bag of trash with the caption, "Didn't even take me 5 minutes to pick this up at a common smoke spot. Let's keep the movement going. #Stoner Cleanup Initiative." Yeah, he did brutally misspell initiative there, thus rendering his hashtag useless. But if it's anything like the trees/other trees subreddit, it's gonna get picked up and people are gonna embrace it. Yeah, hashtags don't really do anything on Reddit anyway, so who cares? Anyways, that post ended up generating a lot of responses from other users who also happen to enjoy doing a little trash cleanup during their smoke sessions. User C² is rippin', replied, "I was cleaning beach sites this past weekend and campsites last weekend. It takes no time at all, guys. If you're gonna smoke, you could take a couple grocery bags with you and make a difference. Also, if you're gonna smoke, don't do it while you're camping. Probably, especially if you're in California.
Not in this state.
No.
That recent fire, the Orange County one, was arson. And they caught the guy, but it's like, what kind of a fucking asshole sees on the news like, oh, California is having its worst wildfire season in 100 years, and is like, yeah, well, let's just make that up. Like, let's make that problem a little bit worse.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Anyway, in the days since those posts, there have been several posts to r/trees of users showing off their trash hauls. Among the usual posts that feature close-up shots of sticky buds and shit, there were users who usually head out into nature for a smoke, proudly showing off the debris that they had bagged up, but even the urban stoners got in on the action, like this guy who wrote, "I normally smoke and walk my dog in the morning. I noticed some trash in my complex, and by the end of the walk, I had an overflowing bag of trash. Gotta keep the good vibes going." This still feels like some sort of weird government propaganda psyop to trick potheads into picking up trash for free, but at least with this user, JShin420, we can tell he's the real deal based on his truck being entirely covered with Rasta stickers and a vanity license plate that says reggae.
Should say narc.
He writes, "My homies and I go around the island every weekend and collect truckloads of trash, all for the love of Earth. Glad to see the trend picking up, fellow stoners."
I don't fucking believe him. You can't be that loud about reggae and shit with stickers all over the thing.
I think he lives in Hawaii.
Still, narc.
Hawaii's the smokiest state, although it's still not...
Because the volcano is erupting.
Well, but like, I don't fucking get how Hawaii hasn't legalized marijuana yet. You go there, you talk to any fucking local there, they all have fucking weed gardens in their yards. They're all high all the time. You can't be there 5 minutes without smelling it. I think
maybe that's what's happening with r/trees is like you can only post so many close-up pictures of beautiful buds, especially when it's been legalized in so many states where it's like you're gonna be getting the best quality shit in like at least 6 states. So like, what do you do now? And even if it's like some weird, even if it's like some psyops thing, like how people will brigade like the alt-right or Antifa or something and like stoke the flames more. If this is that, I mean, at least it's a positive one.
Yeah.
Like, hey, the stoners are picking up trash. Unleash the psyops, like to get them to pick up more trash.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
I'm fine with this one.
Yeah.
Anyways, meanwhile, over on Twitter, where hashtags actually have a function, there's tons of other posts tagged with Stoner Cleanup Initiative spelled correctly, and at least for now, the whole thing seems to be picking up steam. It's nice to see the pothead community contributing to society in their own special way, not by flashing their disgusting-looking art pieces like bongs and all kinds of weird shit.
Let me turn on the black light. Check out the poster.
Moving on to our next story, though, leaving the stoners behind, or not, you can come along with us. The same cannot be said for the alcohol drinking community. It's a common refrain among marijuana smokers that what they're doing is essentially harmless, especially compared to alcohol. And that's especially true of Oregon man Raymond Reinke, who recently accomplished a trifecta of drunken stupidity by getting cited by law enforcement in 3 separate U.S. national parks in a single week. The website Oregon Live has a great day-by-day rundown of Raymond Reinke's dumbass antics, so let's just set the scene for you.
On July 28th, 55-year-old Raymond Granke was in Grand Teton National Park, where he was cited for drunken and disorderly conduct and forced to spend the night in jail. He paid $500 to bail to get out the next day, but that was under the condition that he would now follow the law and avoid alcohol. He did neither of those things. A couple days later, on July 31st, he was now in Yellowstone National Park, and Raymond Granke was first issued a citation from park rangers for not wearing a seatbelt as a passenger, and the rangers noted that he appeared intoxicated. But they weren't aware of his previous arrest and his bail conditions, so they're just like, all right, get out of here, pay the fine. Later that day, he was cited again, though, this time for harassing a bison that was blocking traffic, which was caught on video by a bystander and posted online.
Most people in such a situation would understand that, as they specifically tell you when you enter the park, you shouldn't fuck with bison because they can absolutely fuck your shit up. And it's also illegal to do so. Just sit in the car and wait. You got front row seats to observe up close a huge, beautiful, majestic creature. But nope. Raymond Granke drunkenly walked right up to the bison and angrily waved his arms at it, narrowly avoiding being charged several times and seemingly having no understanding of the risk he was putting himself in. Now, eventually the bison was the one that decided, fuck this, you're not worth it, and left, and then rangers later cited Granke for the incident.
The next day, the Yellowstone Rangers actually saw the video of the whole thing online and realized the severity of Raymond Granke's alcohol-fueled stupidity. And they also learned about his previous charges and bail arrangement from Grand Teton National Park, so the two parks notified an assistant U.S. attorney who then issued an arrest warrant for violation of bail. Luckily, Granke had told the Yellowstone Rangers exactly where he would be heading to next, which was Glacier National Park, so the Rangers at that third national park started looking for his vehicle. But they didn't have to look for too long, because before they could find him, they received a report of a drunken argument between two guests at a nearby hotel, and when they arrived, they found that it was their fugitive, Raymond Granke, who was causing the disturbance.
Granke was hauled back to Yellowstone to answer to their new charges and appeared in U.S. District Court the next day, facing 5 charges, including being under the influence of alcohol to a degree that endangers himself or others, interference/resisting arrest, making unreasonable noise, storing an open container of alcoholic beverage in a motor vehicle, and disturbing wildlife. This one man's rampage of drunken idiocy only came to an end through the rare cooperation of 3 separate National Park Ranger services, which is usually something reserved for shit like fugitive poachers or escaped convicts. He's pleaded not guilty though, because why the hell wouldn't he?
You know, this guy probably not gonna make a good member of the uncle dating service.
Yeah. He's got a lot of stories to tell though.
Yeah. My name's Raymond. I like to get drunk and go to national parks and just fuck with animals. I'm currently on trial for a series of incidents that led 3 separate park ranger services to track me down.
I'm a cool dad.
I got stories.
This is like the movie Into the Wild if it was directed by Adam Sandler.
Oh, what you doing there, Mr. Bison?
Oh, Mr. Bison! But he punches the bison and it falls over dead, and then everyone cheers. Kevin James is there.
Yeah, there are too many of them. We didn't kill enough in the 1800s.
Yeah. Anyways, let's get into this week's headlines, because it is so fucking hot that I can't even read right now.
Yeah, starting with Disney World drama. Minnie Mouse accepts marriage proposal in front of Mickey Mouse.
To who?
Just some guest.
Oh, okay. I thought it would be like to Pluto.
Women are whores, and Mickey Mouse just accepts any marriage
Mickey
proposal.
Mouse is a cuck.
Yeah, she cucked Mickey Mouse right in front of him. The video is so sad. He's just standing there, and he can't help but smile because his face is stuck like that. You can tell he's crushed inside. He's like, damn it, Minnie. God damn it, Minnie. You're ruining for everyone. You did it again.
So here's my one question. I'll do one question for this one. Was it a man proposing to the woman inside of the outfit for real, like she worked there and it was her boyfriend?
No, he was proposing to Minnie Mouse. If I had to guess, he's probably one of those season pass holder lunatics who you go there
His whole hat's covered in pins.
Yeah, you go there 5 days a week. You gotta make things interesting. You're like, guys, check it out. I'm gonna ask Minnie Mouse to marry me. You're like, woo, yeah, Disney's our fucking life. And he does it, and they're like, yeah. I think that's what happened. Anyway.
So it's not a real marriage then?
No.
Okay.
Minnie Mouse ain't real.
No, but I'm saying it could be the lady inside or a small man.
Yeah, a lot of those, you don't know who's in the
whenever they're not jockeying horses, they're playing characters at every amusement park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not a real marriage.
Okay. But there is a real person in there.
Yeah.
And the one inside Mickey was heartbroken.
Probably.
Yeah. Nebraska driver hit with taser after yelling threats at deputy and holding frog hostage.
He's gonna shoot. Don't let him do it.
Now who's fucking with reality?
Help, I got a wife. She's a pig. Yeah, this guy, I don't know.
It's like if Fozzie proposed to Miss Piggy in front of Kermit.
Damn it, Fozzie, I've been cucked again.
My girlfriend's a whore.
Yeah, this guy, he's drunk, got pulled over. Somehow there was just a frog nearby. He grabbed it, and then he's like, "Get back, officer. I'll do it." He's not lying. He'll do it.
I thought he was gonna be like, "What do you had anything to drink?" And then he points to the frog, and the frog goes, "Bud, wise."
Ask your dad, or hire an uncle and ask him.
Oh man!
When you the first time you talk, just say, "What's up?"
It's a special. This episode of Weekly Weird News directed by Adam Sandler. Free samples at Costco leads to fight between senior citizens. See, the senior citizens over in Europe are way cooler than ours.
Yeah.
They just go to metal concerts, allegedly.
Yeah, these guys, I don't know where this was. Probably some shithole where Costco's the highlight of your month. Mm-hmm. But yeah, those samples, I mean, I'm not a member, so I, can't really speak from too much personal experience, but the samples there are great. You can, if you plan your day around it, eat a whole meal while shopping for free. Although, who cares? They sell the pizza out there for like 99 cents a slice.
It's damn good pizza,
and
too.
Literally everything at Costco is cheap as fuck. Yeah. So, I don't know, but yeah, some guy...
It's like those weirdos who go to IKEA for the meatballs and hot dogs.
Yeah, IKEA food's pretty good.
You're a weirdo.
I wouldn't go there specifically for that, but if I'm at IKEA already and I get a little hungry, yeah, the food court's right there. Get some of that weird Swedish food.
I don't know. You don't know what the free samples were?
It was like cheeseburger sliders or some shit.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, it's the whole burger is a sampler.
Yeah, one of the old men, allegedly cut in line. The other one was like, "Hey,
I'm a combat veteran."
Yeah, just because we're old, yes, we cut in line, but not in front of each other.
Yeah,
old man solidarity.
I also don't give a shit. I cut everyone behind me.
You don't think I killed people back in Korea? Yeah, I killed people too. Well, one of us is gonna die today.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Hopefully they were carted back to their old folks' home and they're both fine now.
Yeah. See, if those guys had a heavy metal concert to get that aggression out, this would have never happened.
Throw some old people in the mosh pit. Yeah. Let them tire themselves out.
I was in a mosh pit on Sunday. I ran into some ETC friends, and it was a very, it's a weird encounter. So they were like, "Hey, is that Elliot from Internet Today?" It's like, "Oh, hi. Sorry, I'm in the mode where I'm shoving people."
You push pitters are a bunch of pussies. You got to head walk. You got to do the cartwheels. I mean, this was 20 years ago. But
I'm way too old.
Yeah,
it was a friendly pit.
Moving on.
I was annoyed. Woman, 95, shoos black bear out of kitchen twice in one day. Get out of here.
Yeah, I hear about this all the time. Like people who first of all, ladies, 95. What's the bear gonna fucking do? There's no meat on those bones.
You think you can take anything away from me that hasn't already been taken away by the ravages of time?
3 husbands by old age.
Get out of my house.
Yeah, you see this all the time, especially like if you've lived, especially in a place that has black bears around.
They're just big raccoons.
Yeah, get them out of here. Just shoo them away, and they're not gonna hurt you if you're just like meh. I mean, don't take my advice, but
she didn't lock her door though, and they got those big paws, and they'll just come back
even
in.
if the door was locked, if they wanted to get in, it's not gonna be a problem.
Yeah, they are. Their claws are very strong, sharp. But she shooed that bear away.
What are you supposed to do? Like, if you see a black bear, you're supposed to play dead, right? Or is it the brown bears play dead?
The brown
bears.
The brown bears are the ones that will fuck you up.
Black bear, I think, is the one you yell at. Now, if we're confused, please correct us because we're giving bad advice.
Black bears will only really attack you if they think their cubs are in danger or if you're way too close to them. Brown bears and grizzly bears, if you see them 100 yards away, you back away slowly. If you're any closer than that, I think it's just you either run or play dead, and there's a 50-50 chance you'll live. Killing machines.
Or just be 95 and not give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to Costco now.
Oh, you
Mr.
think
Black
you're
Bear.
a big, strong bear?
Anyways, moving on.
A grandma shot a bicyclist who was masturbating and attempting to enter her Houston house.
He's talented.
I know. I'm like, how do you... I mean, I guess you only really need one arm, but that's a lot of focus.
He's pulling a wheelie. Just going at it.
Yeah.
And then he rolls right up to the house and right through the door.
Hey, Granny, you like what you see? And she's like, I got your butterfinger right here. And yeah.
I like how this grandma shot a bicyclist, and the other grandma was just shoot a black bear.
The first grandma was Canadian. This grandma is a Texan grandma.
Yeah, she was just sitting in a rocking chair, and she shot the kid, and she got blown through the back door, and it's a fun image. Again, this is directed by Adam Sandler, so you get it.
Anyway, the masturbating guy lived, so good for him.
Lived to jerk it another day.
Yeah.
On a bicycle.
Facebook expresses regret after balloons and confetti decorate posts about deadly Indonesian earthquake.
We regretty the confetti.
They just can't win. It's because the Indonesian word that means like I'm safe is similar to a word in local other languages that means congratulations.
Yeah.
So the earthquake happens, people go on Facebook to, like check in and let their family members know they're alive. And like they write that word and it's like, I'm safe.
It is something to celebrate.
I guess.
Yeah, if the people are alive.
Some found it to be in poor taste.
Okay.
I just can't get anything right.
Yeah.
You do a VR presentation in Puerto Rico and everyone calls you tasteless.
Yeah. 20 times the amount of dead people they were actually reported.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
A whole lot of dead people.
We're not doing a whole lot
But
about it.
hey,
It's very
the
sad.
president chucked some paper towels at him, so
Yeah. There you
what
go.
do you want?
Clean up. Speaking of politics, WWE star Kane elected mayor of Knox County, Tennessee. Nobody's gonna fuck with him.
He is very tall. I mean,
And very disturbing looking.
yeah, he's like, well, he doesn't wear the costume in office. He kind of just,
Your big power move though.
he looks like just a big uncle you would rent, perhaps, for advice about like wrestling.
Yeah, I would just pick him up over the shoulder and break his back.
So you want to jump and then stick your leg out and land with your leg parallel to the ground. It's a leg drop. Mm-hmm. Sorry, what were we talking about?
Oh, the local budget, the police budget. Yeah, we should cut the police budget. We're spending too much on the police.
He has yeah, I don't know. He seems like a nice enough guy. I mean, like,
He's seen the world traveler.
yeah, he's
He really went to the School of Hard Knocks.
he literally did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. That's cool. Good for
I
him.
mean, Jesse Ventura was.
Jesse Ventura became the governor of Minnesota. But that's when he was normal. That was like, wow, can you believe Jesse Ventura's the governor of Minnesota? And then he went even crazier.
Yeah.
And now lives like in some undisclosed location in like Baja California with like
You'll never find where I
recording
live.
devices.
I live in a shipping container buried 45 feet beneath the surface of the desert.
See, Jesse Ventura is a conspiracy nut, but he's a fun conspiracy nut.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
not harassing victims of mass shootings.
No.
He just
And
very
he's not
paranoid.
doing it every day for profit on his own show. He goes on other people's show.
Yeah.
And acts
Well,
crazy.
you see, the thing is, the CIA has been funding MS-13.
You ever flown into Denver Airport? Fly into Denver Airport and tell me the deep state Illuminati are not running this country.
The horse statue has devil eyes.
And they got Nazis cutting children as a mural on the wall. He's a fun conspiracy.
He's a fun conspiracy guy, yeah.
Okay. Parents are paying tutors to stop their kids from getting owned at Fortnite, which is, at least someone's making money here.
Yeah. And it's not even like the whole thing like, oh, I want to get a scholarship for Fortnite. It's literally like parents coming home and being like, Dad, everyone made fun of me because I died in the first circle.
Yeah.
Like my friends don't respect me because I suck at this game. And literally our entire like friendship revolves around fucking Fortnite. So if I don't get good quick, like I'm the loser. So they're fucking paying. I mean, hey.
I got no problem with this.
It's great. It's creating jobs.
Yeah. I got no problem with this basically because, I mean, this shit's gone on every generation just for different stuff. Mostly sports, but you could, I mean, it is considered an e-sport, but it is competitive. It's something that's competitive.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of sports you do as a kid that you aren't going to be a professional level at, but you still want to be decent at.
I mean, like, I don't remember anyone getting like dodgeball tutoring from their parents because
That's a
they
bit of a
fucking
goofy one.
sucked on the playground.
Well, like baseball mentoring and coaching, and it's called coaching, and it's probably called coaching here too. But I don't know. I don't think it's as weird as it sounds.
Whatever.
People will do whatever they want with their money.
Yeah, if little Timmy's gonna spend 8 hours on the fucking Nintendo box playing Fortnite, he might as well get good.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, this is totally like them paying into their own future of like, this kid's gonna fucking toss me straight into a home if I don't get him this Fortnite.
That's true.
training.
Yeah,
You really gotta pander to the kids these days.
yeah.
Yeah, because we've all seen back when our parents were growing up. Old age looked great. You sat on the porch Yeah. And you did nothing all
And
day.
you died of cancer at like 55.
Yeah. Now you're 90 in a fucking living in a studio apartment in a gigantic tower filled with other people who are all diseased.
Yeah.
And you just come down for your pills all the time.
Yeah.
And you're slop.
You're not getting
It's old person jail.
The heart attacks and cancer never come. You're just there rotting away like a raisin.
Yeah. No, I want to live in your basement, Timmy. I got you the Fortnite lessons.
Grandma, isn't it cool that you're 95? No! I wish the bear would come in my house and kill me.
Next time, I hope it kills me. Anyways.
And final headline. Iran's Ahmadinejad aligns with Melania in defending LeBron James against Donald Trump. Life is a Mad Lib. Just fill it in.
Fill it in as you go.
God.
It's like reading like the, remember the title similar to this show, Weekly World News or whatever?
Yeah.
But it's like reading like Bat Boy survives, blah, blah, blah. It's like any real thing that happens now, and it's why this show exists, but any real thing that happens just reads like a fucking tabloid headline.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, we're changing it. The show's called Weekly News now.
Welcome to the news.
Weekly normal news.
Yeah. Anyways, this might be the longest episode on this channel yet. So if halfway through you're like, shit, I can't fucking stay here. I got things to do. Listen to it on the podcast network.
Yeah.
Just search Weekly Weird News on any podcast
Listen
network.
in the car.
Yeah, preferably with the AC on, because I started reading poorly about 5 minutes into the episode, because it's 103 degrees out. And by the way, it's not even clear skies. The skies are filled with smoke from the leftovers of fire being extinguished nearby.
The arson fire down in Orange County. Fucking
It's
dick.
like living in real hell now.
It is, and it's never gonna end. Every summer is worse than the last. But hey, climate change is just theory. Fuck you.
Well,
watch our other episodes.
You can't. It's an arson. He lit the fire.
Right.
But
I guess.
Anyways,
The one up north is not.
watch the other shows. You have things to do. Like watch the other shows and going to support the Patreon. We just got new posters. They look great.
Yeah, they look
You'll
great.
You'll see them. Bye.